first off, Thomas, Trey, the hats. Just decide, just keep it like that.
Yeah, just keep everything the same. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in washing it off. It just gets sweaty again, so might as well just wear it.
Trey, how do you describe what this pitching staff's been able to do in this postseason?
Do I need to lean into that? Maybe. Okay. It's been really incredible. I think I saw something like our starters ERA is like .7 something. People ask me, how does it feel to end all these games and stuff? I mean, it's cool, but I haven't really had to do anything. Like, I get there and there's no runs on the board every time I come in the game, so I mean, I don't really have an option besides get people out because it'd be completely my fault. So, but these guys, they just go into the game, just high pressure, most pressure that all ever thrown under, and they just dominate. It's good hitting teams, good offensive ball clubs, with the game plan that we've came in there with and that Rob puts together. Man, these guys have just torn it up, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Tyler, after the struggles of the Big 12 tournament, how important was it just to get a different, angle on things of starting instead of coming out of the pit?
Well, as far as mentally, I really didn't change anything. I've been trying to keep everything the same in my mind, no matter if I start a game or if I close a game or if I come in and relieve. So I kept that all the same and just trusted that it was going to work for me, and I got a little bit more focused in the bullpen before going into the game, and it worked out.
Did Rob approach you saying that you were going to be starting?
Well, he told me at Clemson after we won the first game that I'd be starting the next day, and then after that I just assumed I was going to start again in South Carolina.
That was it.
It seems like through the regional and super regional, this can be for anybody really, but the offense has gotten going really early on. I mean, how much confidence does that give you guys as a pitching staff to go out there, within the second or third innings and you've already got a lead?
It's really nice. Our offense, they've had some struggles this year, but they continue to stick with their game plan, and they just continue to fight, win every pitch. That's what Josh always preaches on. And obviously with this staff, if we get a couple runs, it's very nice. It's very comforting, and we just continue to execute pitches and just do our thing on the mound. And at the end of the day, we hopefully we win.
Do you feel like that takes a little bit of pressure off once you go out there in the third and you got a 2-run lead?
Yeah, no, I would definitely say, like Jensen said, it's very comforting. Earlier in the year, we've pitched some pretty close games. Like he said, our offense has struggled a little bit. But I think as Nebraska, I got about 2 runs in the second or the first, and then I got 2 runs in the fourth. And just to know that they're consistently putting up runs on the board, and they're putting up good at bats and swinging the bat well. It frees you mentally, and knows that if you give up one base runner, it's not the end of the world, and you're not going to lose the game on that one swing or something. So for them to just continue to do that is big.
This doesn't impact Jensen and Trey, it does, but Thomas, I'll let you and Tyler handle this. TD Ameritrade, you guys will get to see it, look around it. It's a big, expansive ballpark. Oftentimes, the way it's configured, wind blows in. It's got a reputation for being a place pitchers love. Can you talk about the opportunity to pitch in a ballpark that maybe gives you a little bit of a favorable advantage going in?
I mean, growing up, we've watched the College World Series over and over, and I've personally never been, so it's nice to go as a player finally. It's always a story that it's a big park, but as a pitcher, we just came from a couple hitters parks, and we did really well. So I think the more we can continue to put that, out of our head, it's more of a distraction than anything. I think if we just execute our pitches, then we'll be fine.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, we just came from 2 really big hitters parks, and it doesn't really matter what the dimensions of the park are. If it's a big hitters park or the wind blows in or whatever, if we make the pitches down in the zone where we need to, they're not going to leave the infield.
Like the outfielders and the athleticism they've got in that ballpark, your guys in the back?
Oh yeah, I think our outfielders are amazing.
Thomas and Trey, for the two of you growing up here, being Oklahoma guys, what does this mean to get this program back to Omaha and to do it with a team with a lot of guys from this state?
It's awesome. It's what we talked about in high school. You know, we were trying to figure out where we were going to go, and you know, Josh got the job here and showed interest in both of us, thankfully. And you know, we kind of decided together really that that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to go to Oklahoma State and help try to, you know, just do a little bit of our part, whatever we can, to help restore the glory that's here. And growing up, I only remember the one from '99, but it was awesome to watch. You know, it was awesome to see everybody around here, you know, get really excited for everything. I was like 5 years old, but I remember watching all the games on TV and stuff, and just, you know, hoping one day I could, you know, wear that uniform and play on that field. Changed fields, but same uniform, so I couldn't be happier.
I think it's really big for us. You know, my goal to come in was kind of leave our mark, and you know, when we came in, it was just starting to, you know, hit the right path of where the program should be. Josh has been incredible on both recruiting and getting guys in and implementing them to you know, the history of the game and what we've had here before, and he'll continue to do that. And to be able to do what we weren't able to do previous years, where we were just on the verge of going to Omaha, is really special. And you know, right after we won the game and we got done hugging everybody, we went into right field, and Rob bear hugged Josh and said we're going back about 3 or 4 times, and you know, that's really what it's all about. It's just seeing what, you know, what they've been striving to get us back to the last few years.
Is that about the most emotion you've seen out of Rob?
No, we've seen we in between innings after a bad inning is about as bad as we've seen it, but happy, yes, probably.
Thomas, Trey's hat's a little iffy, but yours definitely. I talked to the ladies and the guys in the room, and we're willing to chip in for a new hat, but I got a feeling that you're not
we can't do that. And we got to keep everything the same.
Okay.
For something that I'm sure you guys watched the College World Series growing up, I mean, will there be nerves when you go out there in that first game, and what do you do to control the nerves?
I think, you know, if I haven't had nerves the past few games, so why would I have it then? You know, that was the goal, was to get to Omaha, and now the goal is to win a national championship. So, you know, it's just a distraction, and if you think about all the, you know, external things, then it's just going to affect your performance. The more you can put that out of your head, you're fine.
You guys as a pitching staff had some very concrete changes after the Big 12 tournament. And I'm curious, when you guys lose that game to Texas, Coach Holliday takes you out in the outfield, he talks to you guys. What was the message then? And was there, maybe it was consistent with what he's always talked about, and maybe there was some comfort in that, I don't know, but what did he say that sticks out to any of you that you remember from those moments after that game?
Just that we're fine. Just, hey, we're any team in the country, you know, we're exactly where we want to be. We're in the postseason. We're going to the NCAA tournament for sure. The season starts over right now, and that really, you know, hit me hard, because it was one of those things where you want to win the Big 12 tournament so bad, and you know, we play here in LAP all the time in front of all these great fans, but when we go into the city, you know, and you play in front of all those guys that can't come to the games, and the families that, you know, that's the only games they see all year, you know, they're probably thinking, wow, these guys kind of stink. Like, that, you know, every time I've came and watched them, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, are we going to have anybody in Omaha? Because all these people that have come to the games that don't come to a lot of them, we lose. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to jinx them. But, yeah, so, you know, you're sitting there thinking, like, how did this happen? And he was just like, guys, like, the season starts over. Like, every team in the country would want to be right where you guys are right now. And so that kind of got us motivated and ready to go for the next weekend.
Yeah, you were talking about how Rob can get pretty excited. I heard he was fairly excitable during that Texas game. Some stuff being tossed around and dug out, if you will. But Josh really seems like a guy who never gets overexcited. I mean, did you guys sort of sense that? Like, there's no super high, no super low, and maybe coming out of that Big 12 tournament, that paid off as much as any time for you guys as a team?
Yeah, his main focus was kind of just to step back from the game, and that's what we did. We kind of came back home to Stillwater, didn't touch a baseball for 1 or 2 days, came to practice, and you know, the selection show was that whatever, Monday, Sunday, whatever it was, and we had practice. So, you know, that was the focus, is just not to, you know, watch the selection show and see where we're going, because it's kind of a distraction. We're going to play, a good team no matter what. So as long as we just play our ball and like we were doing, we just practice during it and get better and focus on what we can control, we'll be fine. And that's what we did. So.
Jensen, I'm sure it didn't hurt your feelings that you missed a start in Columbia, but you'll get that start in Omaha. How do you adapt? Do you do a simulated game, or how are you kind of keeping in rhythm? Because you're in a really good rhythm right now.
I'm just going to continue to do what I've done all year. Just continue to have my same bullpen days and work with Rob. Because every time I work with Rob, there's something new. There's something I need to learn since I'm still so young. It's funny because I was actually joking with Buff and Hatch before the series, and I was like, guys, come on, don't make me pitch this weekend. And sure enough, after Buff came out of his amazing start, he comes to me and he's like, I'm not going to make you start. I'm not going to do it. And so I didn't have to start, but yeah, I just have to get back to my same rhythm, just continue to work hard. And obviously it's going to be different, but I just got to talk to these guys since they've been through hard times before, and they'll pick me up and they'll definitely tell me what to do.
Jensen, do you have guys in the bullpen that are just anxious to pitch because you guys haven't had to use a lot of arms during these first 2 weeks?
There are a couple guys that would love to be pitching, but I mean they're obviously all for the better of the team. As long as we're winning, I don't think they really care. But yeah, I mean we have a lot of great arms in the bullpen that are going to be fresh and ready for Omaha, so we're excited.
They were all kind of confident builders, whether it was in the draft or postseason honors for a lot of you guys up there. But you found out while you were on the road, freshman All-American. Is that a confidence builder? I mean, is that something you can take and bank a little bit?
No, it's an honor. God is good, man. He's given me this talent, and I'm just going to continue to keep working hard. It's just an accomplishment, but at the end of the day, I just want to win a national title with these guys this year. So I'm ready for Omaha.
Trey, everyone says Omaha, get to Omaha, get to Omaha. Just the team's mentality. I mean, you're just a couple wins from the ultimate goal. How do you switch that?
Yeah, it's a big switch that needs to be made. A lot of teams, a lot of fan bases too. It's just Omaha is the goal, which is weird because you never see a basketball team saying, oh, if we can just get to the Elite Eight this year, we'll be good. Or a football team like, oh, if we can just be on that selection show day to see if we'll be in the national title, we'll be happy. It's a really unique thing in our sport. And once you get there, it's the goal because it's so difficult to get to Omaha. You have to go through so many great teams, and it's such a long season, long grind. But once you get there, I think every team kind of clicks for them. Hey, we're here. We're 5 games away from winning this thing. And you go to Omaha, people don't forget that, but you win a national championship, and that's incredible. That's the dream. And so once you step on that field for that opening practice or opening ceremony, I think it'll really kick in how close we are and that we can get it done.
Trey, this is probably the most difficult regular season you guys have had since you've been here. For this to be the year you go to Omaha after all that difficulty, what does it mean to you?
It's crazy, but it also makes sense. Freshman year we had an amazing ball club. I just got to sit on the bench and watch us win the Big 12. It was so much fun, so relaxing. And then last year we were a great team, hosted another regional. But I think freshman year, whenever we got to Supers, I feel like we didn't really realize how close we were. I feel like we looked ahead and didn't realize, hey, we have a 3-game series, something that we've won a million times this year against a team that we should beat. We just thought, hey, 2 more wins and we're there. And just the mindset and the veteran leadership of the older guys on the team, the seniors that have been there, it really helped us a lot because we got to South Carolina and we were like, we're not going to think about Omaha right now. We're going to think we have a 3-game series on the road, but we can make it a 2-game series if we play good baseball. And that's what ended up happening. And it's just so awesome to go to Omaha this year. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the guys like Aaron Cornell and Sawyer Saxon and Gage Green and all those guys like that led the program before us, and Vince Whelan and Brendan McCurry. All of us, we wouldn't have any leadership skills or we would just be running around like chickens with our head cut off out there if it wasn't for those guys.
Anything else from the pitchers? Take one more.
Along the lines of the hats, you guys appear to be in some sort of a no-shave situation. Who's got the best mustache?
He does.
I don't know. I miss the beard. The beard was kind of intimidating. Now everybody just laughs at me.
You have control over it. You can grow it back, right?
guess not. I mean, Dave and all those guys are making me shave every chance I get, so looks like it's just mustache from here on out.
Thomas, how long have you been wearing that hat?
All year. I haven't got a new one, but
Really?
I typically washed it throughout the season, but now that we're here, I'm not gonna wash it. We'll keep it.
To hose it off before you go to
No,
Omaha?
not at all. No, I'm keeping it.
Thank you, guys.